Mr. Creepypasta Bear. Yay! Oh, thank you for camping with me, Bonnie-chan. Thank you. Thank you for camping with me. Thank you. What the? Happy Halloween! Yay! Oh, today. Hey, I'm gonna be camping with you today. And I thought that before we start looking at the stars and falling asleep and stuff, I could tell you some creepy tales. Yeah, are you comfy? Are you comfy, Bonnie-chan? Are you comfy out there? Are you comfy? I think you are. I think you are. Okay. You're not seeing anything. Okay, much better. So, okay, have you ever gone camping, Bonnie-chan? Because I want to talk about some camping stuff, you know. Have you ever gone camping? Have you? Because I want to talk about some camping stuff with you. Couple of times. Oh, you know, Bonnie-chan, this is actually my first time. This is actually my first time ever camping, you know. It's actually my first time. I've never gone camping. I'm not really an outdoor camping kind of girl, to be honest. I don't know. I don't wanna be killed by some crazy guy. Sorry about that. Sorry. There's serial killers out there, you know. And there's also bugs. Yeah. Now, I don't wanna come back with bug bites all over. You know. But since it's my first time camping, I had to do a bunch of research. And I made sure that we brought everything we need in my backpack. You see my backpack? You wanna see what's inside? I brought a lot of stuff for us. No beer. Sorry, Bonnie-chan. No beer, because you gotta drive. Because I'm not driving. So you can't drink, because you gotta drive, okay? It's not beer. Okay? First and really important, at school we're learning that you shouldn't just litter in the forest. You shouldn't just throw random stuff in the forest. Don't trash, you know, don't make trash in the forest. So I brought a bunch of bags to put our trash in. I hope I didn't overdo it. Yeah. What else? Also really important, I brought a flashlight. Just in case, I brought a flashlight. And I also brought batteries for the flashlight. Just in case, you know, you gotta be prepared. I also brought some drinks like water and a hot drink container. so don't worry. No need to worry. I also brought, also super important, a first aid kit with Peppa Pig themed band-aids inside and some other stuff, okay? Because a first aid kit is really, really important. Yeah. Yeah. First aid kit is really, really important, you know. Oh, Peppa Pig bandages. Yeah. And I also brought some snack bars in case you're hungry. There's more food, but the snack bars are like just a last, like, I don't know, if our food gets stolen, we'll always have these, I guess. Yeah, some snack bars. And I guess that's it. I don't think there's anything else in the. Anyways, are you are you ready? Mm? 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 Eh? Are you ready? Are you ready to shut up? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You had an hallucination because you're in the forest and it's dark and you think you're seeing things. Okay. 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 Anyways. I think, you're acting too happy. You're smiling too much. You're smiling way too much, so I'm gonna take that smile off of your face and I'm gonna tell you some really creepy stories, okay? They're gonna make you scared, and they're gonna make you pee your pants. And I'm gonna... Actually, it kinda looks like you peed your pants already. Like, look at your pants. What happened there? Look at your pants. Like, right now, on the screen. It kinda looks like you peed yourself already. What the heck happened? What the heck happened? Huh? What happened? What happened? Huh? That's where the beer is stored. Ah, I see. But you shouldn't drink Banyan-san, shouldn't. That's a cup holder, huh? No, it's not. It's wet pants. It's wet pants. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, happy Halloween! Yes, I am taking suggestions for stories. I took suggestions a couple streams ago. I'm gonna be doing those, but if we still have time, I could still do other stories. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not reading creepypastas off fanfiction.net. My history with that site, I don't want to go onto that site ever again, you hear me? I don't want to go onto that website ever again. You do not know the trauma I have with that site. Okay? Okay? Sorry. Sorry. What was it? Oh man, I haven't used it. I haven't used that site in a while. What was the last time I used fanfiction.net? I think it was 2012, maybe? I'm just kidding. I was born yesterday. Okay, I wanna read the Suicide Mouse one. Oh, and the Herobrine one. I have that planned for today too. I have that planned. Maybe you can start with that. I think I already did the Russian sleep experiment on another stream though. I already read the Russian sleep experiment. Wake up is short. I think I might start by Herobrine to offer some familiarity, you know. Alright, are you ready? Let's read. Are you ready for the Herobrine creepypasta? Okay. Okay. Alright, Minecraft creepypasta Herobrine. I had recently spawned a new world in single-player Minecraft. Everything was normal at first as I began chopping down trees and crafting a workbench. I noticed something move amongst the dense fog. I have a very slow computer, so I have to play with a tiny render distance. I thought it was a cow, so I pursued it, hoping to grab some hides for armor. It wasn't a cow, though. Looking back at me was another character with the default skin, but his eyes were empty. I saw no name pop up, and I double-checked to make sure I wasn't in multiplayer mode. He didn't stay long. He looked at me and quickly ran into the fog. I pursued out of curiosity, but he was gone. I continued on with the game, not sure what to think. As I expanded the world, I saw things that seemed out of place for the random map generator to make. 2x2 tunnels in the rocks, small perfect pyramids made of sand in the ocean, and groves of trees with all their leaves cut off. I would constantly think I saw the other player in the deep fog, but I never got a better look at him. I tried increasing my render distance too far whenever I thought I saw him, but it was to no avail. Advertisements. And it blocked. Sorry, advertisements is part of the text. For some reason. Because of the ads. I mean, this is supposed to be scary. Well, advertisements are scary. They are scary. Ah, jump scare. Ad jump scare. Oh no. No, I don't want your pee-pee pills. I saved the map and went on the forums. The forums. To see if anyone else had found the pseudo player. How do you say that? There were none. I created my own topic telling of the man and asking what anyone had a similar experience. The post was deleted within 5 minutes. I tried again and the topic was deleted even faster. I received a PM from username Herobrine containing one word, top. When I went to look at Herobrine's profile, the page 404'd. I received an email from another forum user. He claimed the mods can read the forum user messages, so we were safer using email. The emailer claimed that he had sent the mystery player tale and had a small directory of other users who had seen him as well. Their worlds were littered with obviously man-made features as well and described their mystery player to have no pupils. About a month passed until I heard from my informant. Some of the people who had encountered the mystery man had looked into the name Herobrine and found that name to be frequently used by a Swedish gamer. Through some further information gathering, it was revealed to be the brother of Notch, the game's developer. I personally emailed Notch and asked him if he had a brother. It took him a while, but he emailed me back a very short message. Could it be? And Notch said, I did, but he is no longer with us. Notch. Oh no. Oh no. Hello. Oh no. I haven't seen the mystery man since our first encounter, and I haven't noticed any changes to the world other than my own. I was able to press print screen when I first saw him. Here's the only evidence of his existence. And then it is an image, the famous image of Herobrine in the fog behind the tree. The image that started it all. Yeah, Panichan. Anita, if you look behind that tree over there, maybe. Oh, what's that? You need to pee? But Panucha, if you go pee behind the trees, Hero Brian will catch you. And he's gonna... You know how he, like, strips off the leaves of the trees? He's gonna pluck your pubic hair one by one. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is... Yeah, but that's scary, isn't it? It's scary. That's scary. So don't go pee behind that tree, okay? Pee into the fire, see? Just kidding, please don't. Please don't. That was Hero Brian. Thank you for the suggestion. No peeing today. No peeing. Actually, I need water. Sorry, I searched Jeff the Killer creepypasta, and the first image that popped up is the scariest thing I have ever seen. No, do you wanna see it? Do you know who Jeff the Killer is? Do you? Do you know who Jeff the Killer is? It's this guy. It's this guy right here. That's Jeff the Killer. That's the first image that showed up, by the way. You do it. You search Jeff the Killer and see, and see if this is the first image. It's not even the original, by the way. Look, Jeff the Rizzler. True. Alright. Okay. Alright, so for Jeff the Killer, I will be quoting the creepypasta. And then we're gonna be learning about the origins of Jeff the Killer, if that's okay. 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 You awake at 3 a.m. disturbed by some subtle shifting sound within the room, just on the edge of hearing. Propping up on one arm, you survey the room, looking for some source for the noise, hoping beyond hope that you won't find one. At first, your hopes are raised. Everything seems to be silent. Everything seems to be still. But it isn't. From behind the long concealing drape of the curtain, a voice with flickering serpentine hiss whispers. Go to sleep. Suddenly, you know what's about to happen and exactly who is waiting to meet you. Okay. So, that is the creepypasta. There's not much to go off of. It's just the image. And that quote. Yeah. And his catchphrase. Go to sleep. Yeah, might as well sing me a lullaby. But I also got you know, the origins of Jeff the Killer, if you wanna listen to that. It's a real story, by the way, just kidding. I don't think it's real. I'm not sure. Oh. Alright. At 13 years old, Jeff moves with his parents and brother Louie to a new town. Here, Jeff and his sibling encounter 3 bullies and are threatened with knives. Jeff beats these bullies badly, with Louie taking the blame for the assault and being carted off by the ever-reliable police. Guilt-ridden and depressed at having let Louie take the blame for his actions, Jeff's day gets even worse when he meets the bullies again and is horribly burned in an attack with alcohol and bleach. This burning results in Jeff being permanently disfigured, his skin bleached white physically whilst his mind snapped. Upon being discharged for some reason, his doctors apparently attributing Jeff's insane behavior to the painkillers he is taking. Jeff arrives home and proceeds to make a bad situation worse by purposely mutilating his already disfigured face, cutting a permanent smile into his mouth and cheeks, and burning off his eyelids so that he can always see his face. Jeff then goes on to kill both his parents and his brother Louie, meeting him with the instruction, go to sleep, before stabbing him and disappearing on a wilder and less discriminating killing spree, which it would seem continues to this day. Yep, honey-chan, it continues to this day. What if Jeff the Killer shows up here? What if Jeff the Killer shows up and he Jeff the Rizzlers us? Oh no. What if Jeff the Killer? I don't want it. No, Jeff the Killer, please. Please. Oh no, he's gonna mock us, I see. Just sleep. Wait. Actually, in creepypasta land, praying worked. So we just gotta pray. We just gotta pray, and he'll be gone. Okay. Jeff the Rizzler picture, Jesus. Oh, let's see. What else? What else? Wait. Okay. I found the next one. Next one will be suicidemouse.avi. Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, it's a big one. This one's big. This one's big. Okay, this one's big. Ready? Ready? Oh, wait, I gotta be creepy. I gotta be creepy. Yay. So, do any of you remember those Mickey Mouse cartoons from the 1930s? The ones that were just put out on DVD a few years ago? Well, I hear there's one that was unreleased to even the most avid classic Disney fans. According to sources, it's nothing special. It's just a continuous loop, like Flintstones, of Mickey walking past 6 buildings that goes on for 2 or 3 minutes before fading out. Unlike the cutesy tunes put in though, the song on this cartoon was not a song at all, just a constant banging on a piano for the minute and a half before going to white noise for the remainder of the film. It wasn't the jolly old Mickey we've come to love either. Mickey wasn't dancing, not even smiling. He's kind of walking as if you or I were out walking with a normal facial expression. But for some reason, his head tilted side to side as he kept this dismal look. Up until a year or 2 ago, everyone believed that after it cut to black and that was it. When Leonard Maltin was reviewing the cartoon to be put in the complete series, he decided it was too junk to be on the DVD, but wanted to have a digital copy due to the fact that it was a creation of Walt. When he had the digitized version up on his computer to look at the file, he noticed something. The cartoon was actually 9 minutes and 4 seconds long. This is what my source emailed to me in full. He is a personal assistant of one of the higher executives at Disney, an acquaintance of Mr. Maltin himself. After it cut to black, it stayed like that until the 6th minute, before going back into Mickey walking. The sound was different this time. It was a murmur. It wasn't a language, but more like a gurgled cry. As the noise got more indistinguishable and loud over the next minutes, the picture began to get weird. The sidewalk started to go in directions that seemed impossible based on the physics of Mickey's walking, and the dismal face of the mouse was slowly curling into a smirk. On the 7th minute, the murmur turned into a blood-curdling scream, the kind of scream painful to hear, and the picture was getting more obscure. Horrors were happening that shouldn't have been possible at the time. Mickey's face began to fall apart. His eyes rolled to the bottom of his chin like 2 marbles in a fishbowl, and his curled smile was pointing upward on the left side of his face. The buildings became rubble floating in midair, and the sidewalk was still impossibly navigating in warped directions, a few seeming inconceivable with what we as humans know about direction. Mr. Maltin got disturbed and left the room, sending an employee to finish the video and take notes of everything happening up until the last second, and afterward immediately stored the disc of the cartoon into the vault. This distorted screaming lasted until 8 minutes and a few seconds in, and then it abruptly cuts to Mickey Mouse face at the credits of the end of every video with what sounded like a broken music box playing in the background. This happened for about 30 seconds. And whatever was in that remaining 30 seconds, I haven't been able to get a sliver of information about. From a security guard working under me who was making sounds outside of that room, I was told that after the last frame, the employee stumbled out of the room with pale skin, saying real suffering is not known, 7 times before speedily taking the guard's pistol and offing himself on the spot. Oh my god. Oh my god. The thing I could get out of Leonard Maltin was that the last frame was a piece of Russian text that roughly said, "The sides of heck bring its viewers back in." As far as I know, no one else has seen it, but there have been dozens of attempts at getting the file on rapid share by employees inside the studios, all of whom have been promptly terminated of their jobs. Whether it got online or not is up for debate, but if rumors serve me right, it's online somewhere under suicidemouse.avi. If you ever find a copy of the film, I want you to never view it, and to contact me by phone immediately, regardless of the time. When a Disney death is covered up as well as this, it means this has to be something huge. Get back at me. PR. I've yet to find a copy of this, but it is out there. I know it. Uh-oh. I think that's it. Oh, I think that's it. Oh, I think that's it. Oh, hug! Panichan. Panichan, are you scared? Are you scared, Panichan? Huh? No. What if I was scared, huh? What if a serial killer showed up right here? Wouldn't you run away with me, or you just run by yourself, huh? Dummy. Oh, look, is that a mouse? Oh, what should the next one be? I wanted to do the Godzilla NES one, but that creepypasta is very image heavy and it's really long. I really wanted to do it, but it's very image heavy. Sorry. I might watch a video on it though. Mm. What else? Mm. Wait. I am a bear. Hmm. Here is that. Sonic EXE is also a bit long. It's also a bit long. Let's see. Let's explore the Tails doll creepypasta. Let's see. Okay. Alright, let's see. Tails doll curse. Okay, I'm gonna read it, okay? Okay. Scary. What the heck? Alright. A man came home from work with a gift for his son. He had picked up a new video game for him, Sonic R. It was a racing game, and when he gave his son the gift, he was so excited to get it and play it right away. That night, he played the game with his son, and they had a great time. A couple of days later, the boy was almost finished with the game. His dad was there in his room when he beat the last boss, and he roared in excitement when he finally did it. Boss? I'm sorry, did the person that wrote this, like, ever play Sonic R? Or am I misremembering something? Okay. He smiled and asked him how he liked the game, and as he watched the credits screen, "What's that?" he asked the boy when the Tails doll appeared on the screen. The boy said it was a Tails doll. That's all he knew. He told his son it was time for bed. During the night, the curious father went into the boy's room and turned on the TV very quietly. He played the game for a while himself. He noticed that he now had the option to play as Tails doll. He chose him to tag up with some of the gang. The game was fun until he tagged him up with Sonic. The screen went black when the game system shut itself down. The man decided it was time for him to go to sleep since he had to work in the morning, so he crept out of his son's room and went to lay in bed with his wife. At around 2 a.m., he woke up when he heard thumps on his door. He assumed it was his son getting up to ask him to get him something. He told the boy to stop, go back to bed. The thumping kept happening, and at one point he noticed a little shadow coming from under the door. Tails kept popping into his head. He got out of bed and slowly opened the door. Then he heard someone say this very softly. "You are coming with me. Forever." It was a doll. An evil, blood-covered, possessed little doll. It was the doll from the game. It had to be. That's it. That's it. That's it, really. Me too, bear. Oi. Oi. Yeah, you just show up in my room and you say, we'll be together forever. Yeah, and then I get the scissors and cut your pee-pee off. Yeah. Very funny. Very funny. Eh, don't pee yourself. What the heck? Don't pee yourself. Mm. I because it's my defense mechanism. Cutting peepees off is my defense mechanism, you know. You know. mm. Those were fun. Those creepypastas were fun. Up until now, which one did you find the scariest? What do you think? Which one did you find the scariest? Hmm? Tell me. Tell me. Hmm. Hero Brian? Unaliving or maybe deaf Hero Brian? Oh, I see. The PP cutter. Wait, yeah, it's me. Now, I'm gonna tell you a really scary story, okay? Okay? It is said that when an old perverted man hangs out in the forest, really bad things happen. Yeah. If it's for a sleepover or something, it always happens when a perverted man does perverted acts in the forest. Yeah, like exposing himself and stuff. When that happens, the man will be fully paralyzed. The man won't be able to move. It's like sleep paralysis, but you're awake. And then you're gonna hear a ghostly sound. And that ghostly sound is the oh so faint noise of scissors opening and closing. And then suddenly you feel a sharp pain. And your pee-pee suddenly falls off. It is coming for you. It is coming for you, Panita. Yeah. Panita, don't run. It was a prank. It was a prank. It was a prank. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I mean, I can't expose it. No, you can. You still can't expose yourself though. Because the ghost is real and that ghost is me. Yeah. You cannot expose yourself in the forest. Sorry about that. I don't make the rules. Yeah. Your plans are ruined. Wait. Just what exactly were you planning to do, huh? We're here to have a nice time and tell horror stories and eat marshmallows and 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 look at the stars and sleep. Okay. No exposing. No one's gonna be exposing anyone. Sorry. Or else, tomorrow I will be exposing your crimes to the police. Yeah. You know. Wait. Hey? Huh? What are you saying? My marshmallow. No, it still takes a while. Look, there's still a while. See, your marshmallow isn't black yet. I actually don't know when the marshmallow is good. I don't know. This marshmallow frozen. True. think it's because you're not close enough. Try putting it inside the fire. Right. Okay. Let's see. The heck? Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to look for another creepypasta. Or maybe, are you too scared? What? Are you afraid? Are you scared that the scissors ghost is gonna get you? Are you? You know what? I said I wouldn't do this creepypasta because I read it last time, but it's my favorite creepypasta and I want to read it again if that's okay. Is that okay? Is it okay for me to finish off this stream with the creepypasta Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition? Is that okay? Okay, here we go. Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition creepypasta. It all started 53 years ago, back when I was a fully grown little boy. Boy? One day while I was jumping through the street, I happened upon a large vehicle which clobbered me violently into a nearby window. After getting my bearings, I looked up to see a young boy with a Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition in his tiny little hands. I had always dreamed of owning Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition, but my family could barely even afford gold. He looked up at me with those big vibrating eyes. His two lower teeth quivered in confusion. Mama, he said softly. This was my chance. I ran at him screaming and stomping my feet, scrambling his brain in sheer confusion. I shoved him as hard as I could and grabbed his Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition, and I ran out the door. I leaped back down the street towards my home. I pulled open the door by its big, smelly handle, and I let myself in quietly. I snuck past my many parents and shut myself into my room. I had made it. Finally, a Game Boy Advance SP to call my own. I will have to keep it hidden from my family. I shouldn't ever allow them to know. I took the Game Boy SP in my small, beautiful hands and proceeded to slide the switch to on mode. I will never forget that wonderful sound it made the first time I turned it on. And that wonderful Nintendo logo splashed my screen in sheer delight. I blew out my candle and I pulled my curtain shut tight. I wanted absolutely nothing to get in the way of my first Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition experience. Suddenly, a small man appeared on screen. Shortly after, the word Mario started flashing behind him. I assume this man is the man known as Mario. I had seen adverts showing him on television. The title of the screen slowly lowered itself in from the top of the screen. Super Mario? And the Legend of the Stolen Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition? My heart sank as I noticed a dead pixel in the lower left region of the screen. My tummy grumbled sighed. Oh, beggars can't be choosers, I thought to myself. However, and I pressed the start button with my finger. vast landscape with clouds, bushes, and breaks appeared before my very eye. And there he was, the familiar Mario Man I had grown to enjoy. I pushed left on the left button. Mario himself dashed to the left. Dust between his silly brown shoes filled the air. Amazed by his speed, I quickly pushed right to test his turning abilities. I was not disappointed as Mario changed direction in a matter of seconds. I learned the other button functions as I played. B allowed Mario to dash at high speeds, similar to my own. A allowed him to leap so high in the sky that I screamed in fear that perhaps maybe he wouldn't come back down. Yet he always did, which engaged me in the game world even further. I quickly grasped the concept of jumping large gaps, avoiding enemies, and climbing a big flagpole at the end of each level. I got to the 4th level without much problems. I looked into a nearby mirror and smiled at myself with one eyebrow raised, and I said loudly, "Does this game think I'm not good? I can handle anything it throws my way. Yeah, that's the noise he made. Suddenly, the screen turned black. And I don't just mean black, I mean so black. The screen looked like a big, deep hole. Let me drink water. It's important to drink water. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, let's keep going. This is being creepy. A big black hole. Yeah, your mom's. Sorry. I said out loud, "Is this a hole I see before me?" And it echoed like a hole. What? Wait, I need to do this, hold on. I need to be accurate to the creepypasta, you know. Mm. Wait. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Let me reread that. I said out loud, "Is this a hole I see before me?" And it echoed like a hole. I wiped a large chunk of sweat from my flopping brow. What? From my flopping brow. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. That was weird, I thought, in a big bubble next to my head. The level loaded, but this time it took a lot longer. Mario stood in place, so I pushed right and he began running. I noticed the graphics were getting all jumbly. Also, the music was becoming less like the Mario theme. Da 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 da, and more garbled, like. Yeah. I was nearing the first gap of the stage to jump over. As I drew closer, I readied my sweating pink thumb over the A button. The gap was here. I pushed the button, but Mario didn't jump. He just screamed, "Oh!" I pushed left as far as I could, and he grounded to a halt, right at the edge of the gap. I pushed A frantically and repeatedly to try to make him jump, but he just screamed and screamed. Wahoo! Wahoo! The camera zoomed in on my face. What? as I pummeled that A button, trying to make Mario feel that air above his body, but all that filled the air were my friend Mario's screams of fear. I said, "No more!" I pulled the cartridge from the Game Boy Advance SP and I threw it out my window. It landed in some mud outside and I laughed and I closed my window. I turned around and I saw that the cartridge was back in my Game Boy. Mud oozed from its cartridge slot. I gasped and I said to myself, "No, it cannot be." The Game Boy turned itself back on. Mario's face appeared with hyper-realistic skin pores and bloody, chapped lips. He spoke softly. "You stole me from my human. Now I, Mario of Nintendo of America Incorporated, curse you forever." I screamed aloud, louder than an eagle of the night. There must be some way to undo this curse. I decided the only way to rid myself from this curse was to beat the game. I ran up to the first gap of the level. I pushed A and Mario just screamed again. "Oh!" I fell into the hole and Mario lost a life. This is when I noticed my skin began to rot and turn slightly green. "What on earth is happening, Mario?" I asked Mario. "Every life you lose, I will make you rot." Sorry. I asked, "How can I beat the game with only screams? I cannot jump gaps by screaming." "Screw you," Mario said quietly. He did not say, by the way, he did not say screw you. He said the F word. I screamed. "Woohoo!" I decided not to beat the game in fear of me rotting. I decided that I was going to do the right thing. I ran out of my room, pushing my feeble mother out of my way in the hallway. I ran down the street to the boy's house. Thunder bellowed, and rain pitter-pattered on my crying face. Finally, I reached the house. I leaped up to the boy's window and let myself in. The room was dark. "Boy," I cried out. "Boy, are you there?" I turned on the light switch. As the room lit up, I saw many people dressed in black. They all cried softly. "Who the flip are you people?" I asked with tears running down my chinny chin chin. Chin chin. Sorry. "We are this boy's family," a woman replied. I was his mother. She pointed into the center of the room where a small white coffin was suspended over a hole. My heart sank. "Is your boy inside that box?" I asked with an eyebrow raise and a finger on my chin. "Yes, a crazed person broke into our home, ravaged our son, and stole his childhood by killing him." Everything went slow. I dropped to my knees. I held the Game Boy tightly in my clenched fist. Could this be my fault? I asked myself politely. His mother walked over to me with a big fat tear in her eye. She told me, "It really means a lot that a stranger would let himself into our home to pay respects to a boy he didn't know. I'm sure you two would have gotten along great." She then pointed to the priest and said, "Please lower our child into the earth now." The priest did just that. He pulled on a lever with a shiny red ball on it. The coffin started going down. I shoved the mother from me and I sprinted toward the coffin. I jumped on that coffin and the rope snapped. I began falling into the earth with the child inside. I heard the screams from his family echoing above. I pried open the coffin as we fell and I shoved the Game Boy into his tiny cold mouth. "Free me of this cursed child!" I screamed at the top of my head. I noticed that we weren't hitting the bottom and that the darkness in this hole reminded me of the dark I saw in the Game Boy. Could this be what I saw before? From the darkness, a floating black and white head of Mario appeared. He said to me, "In this hole you shall fall with the dead body of a child." and then he goes and blurred away. This is what I get for stealing, I guess, I said as I shrugged. Suddenly, Mario appeared again. He said, "Wow! It sounds like you learned your lesson. Now be free. Bye." He clicked his mustache and I was back in my room. I looked over my bed and the Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition was gone. My mother opened the door and she said, "My son! My beautiful son! I make you eggs on toast." And she threw it on my bed and left with a smile on her face. I realized maybe stealing is not okay. I looked to the sky and I said, "Thank you, Mario inside Game Boy." Everything would be alright. And though the child remained permanently dead, his mother could always play his Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition to remember him by. Thanks, Jimmy. That's it. That's a creepypasta, Bonito. That's it. Did you like it? It's my favorite creepypasta. Did you like it? Did you like it? Yeah, it is. Wait, yeah, the creepypasta is satire, but the fact that it's my favorite creepypasta is not satire. No. Very deep story. Guys, never steal the Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition, okay? Never ever steal. Never ever. Okay. Okay. Oh, we had a pretty great Halloween marathon today, huh? And if your son dies, at least you can still play with his Game Boy. True. True. Oi, no, it's getting late. It's 1 a.m., Fanny. It's 1 a.m. Some serial killer is gonna come get us if we're too loud, you know. But today's Halloween marathon was fun, huh? Oh, today's Halloween marathon was fun. I played some games in VR, and I ate you, and then we watched a spooky movie, and then we went camping together. Yeah. And then we went camping together, and it's really fun. It's a shame that that's a fake marshmallow that's never going to be cooked though, so you're kind of wasting your time. Oh, Panichan, why don't you go ahead to the tent? Why don't you go ahead to the tent, huh? Why don't you go ahead and get to the tent, Wait. And Panichan, I might have a surprise for you today. You wanna know what it is? You know, that thing I showed by accident earlier. That's for you. Put it on. Put it on. Go to the tent and put it on. Now. See? Wait a second. Oh. Yeah. 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 You ran to the tent. Good boy. I'm gonna take pictures and sell them on the internet. And maybe if he tries anything, then I will. Ghost. The scissoring ghost is back. Anita. Wait for me.